want to tell you a story today about something called big rocks. And no, we're not talking about big monolithic things that are out there in the forest or in the ocean floor. I want to talk to you today about a story that one of my great mentors taught me years ago that I think proves a very valid point. An associate professor at a leading university had his business class and wanted to teach him a valuable lesson. So he took a wide-mouthed mason jar and he took several big stones or rocks and put them inside the mason jar. And he said to the group, he said, "Is it full?" And they all yelled out, "Yes." And he said, "Really?" And he went and he took some gravel and he poured it into the wide-mouthed mason jar and it fitted its way in between the big rocks. And he said to them, "Is it full now?" Well, they're starting to catch on to him and they go, "No." He goes, "Good, watch." He took some sand now and he poured it into the wide-mouthed mason jar. And as it filtered in amongst the gravel and the big rocks, eventually it sort of filled the jar up. He said, "Is it full now?" Well, the class was on to him and they said, "No." He said, "No, it's not." He took some water now and he filtered it inside the jar, filling in all of the crevices and spaces between even the sand particles. And he said, "Is it full now?" Skeptically, they said, "Yes." And he goes, "Yes, you're right." Now he asks them the important question, what's the moral of the story? One eager beaver raised his hands and said, "I know the answer, Professor. There's always room for something else to be stuffed into your life." The professor said, "No. The moral of the story is, if you don't put your big rocks in first, you'll never have room for them." So my question to you, folks, is what are the big rocks that are important to you in your life? Is it your significant other? Is it your children? Is it your work? Is it your hobby? Is it your synagogue, your cathedral, your church? Is it your sports? What is it that are important to you? If you do not fit these important things into your life, there will never be room, folks. And what kind of a life would that be? I can tell you this, it would not be a life that I would want to live. Big rocks are those things that make your heart sing. They get your emotional spirit just writhing and excited about life. I highly recommend, folks, that as you sit down at the end of the year, you make up a plan for the year's big rocks. Start out by having one biggie for the year, one that stretches you, one that really pushes the edge of the envelope. And then go to every quarter, have a moderate-sized one, and at least once a month, have one big rock that you've got to look forward to. It's the fuel and the traction that drives your dreams and will take you through any of those inevitable rough spots that come over the course of a business day. One thing to remember about big rocks, folks, is they don't have to cost any money. One of the important big rocks for me and my family for years has been to have dinner together every night of the week. And for probably 360 of 365 days a year, we do have dinner together every night of the week. It's important. Again, look at the qualifying criteria here. Does it get you emotionally excited about your life or make your soul or heart sing? And in the case of having dinner with my family, it does. The other side of big rocks for me and my family are exotic trips to the Caribbean and all kinds of other amazing trips and things that we buy for our home and for our family. So again, what is important to me and my family with respect to big rocks is irrelevant to you. What I want you to do is to determine what the big rocks are for you and be sure and put them in your life first.